Yes, people. Welcome back to United Team Talk. As you can see by the big fat smile on my face, Manchester United 0, Southampton. Wait, what am I talking about? Manchester United 9, Southampton 0. Bam. Cue the intro. Guys. Where do we begin? Obviously, shout out the man in the comments. We got Josh in the chat. He says Ollie's at the wheel. We got Nigel in the chat. He says, let's go United 9-0. Harry always supporting. Come on, United. Great win and confidence booster. Let's go to Joshy first, because obviously you're not looking too happy. I don't know why, fam. We've just equaled our biggest win in Premier League history, and you're sitting there like we've just lost, fam. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's a good win still. Hopefully that can boost their confidence and that.
I don't like this energy. What fam? We won 9-0, fam. It's not every day you win 9-0.
Yeah, great performance. It was very ruthless and clinical today. And
this energy, just
hey, what?
I see it coming, fam. I see it coming, bro. I see it coming.
Oh my God.
I see it coming, bro.
Yeah. Just come on. All right, Rick. Let me come to you, fam. Obviously,
yo,
you'll say vibes. Jax, when he said vibes, I know you won't be happy to hear that word, but obviously we'll come to you after. Explain the Vibes FC comment, bro.
Fam, I told you I wanted vibes this game, bro, and they delivered, fam. I wanted vibes. This is what I'm saying is Vibes FC. Yeah, it's because this game does not show any form of progress. It's just vibes. Yeah, against 10 man, we can now break down a 10 man. Yeah, a team that plays a high press traditionally. Yeah, when they go into a low block, they're not going to be good at it. So we can break them down and we can bang goals against them. Excellent. Obviously, the next step now is to do against teams that traditionally play a low block. You know, we should play exactly like how we played today against 11 men. Exactly the same.
I position your camera. Obviously, the TV's in the background and that, so you don't want no.
It's a bit too.
Yeah, that's calm.
I'll even turn it off.
I'll turn it off. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, as you're saying.
Yeah, fam. We just need to play how we played against these 10 men. We need to play the same way against 11 men. You know, when a team is camping back and they're sitting on the box, it's the same principles. You stretch the pitch, you know, you switch it from side to side, and then when the time comes, you overload the back post, you get the ball there, goals, fam. It's light work, it's easy, fam. So they understand how to do it. Just that against 11 men, I think they're very impatient. So anyway, vibes, man. Goals.
I don't like this negative,
fam.
Hey, just come with the positivity, man. No.
Positive.
Let's gas it.
Obviously, Ole is at the wheel. Okay, 9-0. Don't remember the last time you lot ever saw 9-0. Okay, you say relax, but I don't remember. When was the last time you saw 9-0?
Jesse,
I'm not going to say he's. I'm not
you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it.
I'm not going to at the wheel.
All right.
Can't say he's at
cool.
the wheel.
So, as I was watching the game, I got my football analysis hat on, and today I really wanted to analyze Man United. And I spoke to my brothers, and I said, you know what? Just watch what I'm about to say, and watch how it manifests in the match. And my analysis came true. Would you not agree? Yes or no?
Parts.
Okay, so my analysis was, I was speaking to Azariah during the game. Azariah.
We got a comment there for you. Kevin McAllister says patterns of play starting to look evident.
Whoa, okay. Well, let me get to the point.
It's against 10 men, bro. What are you guys
wait.
Well, see, this is what I don't understand, Ricky. People say things against 10 men, like teams don't struggle against 10 men. But anyway, what I was saying is my analysis. I was speaking to Azariah. We actually had a very educational conversation. I said to him, I think the confusion over the many times we've had these debates is because people use terms like, oh, you don't have a philosophy, you don't have a style of football. But then actually, all these things are different. A philosophy, a style of football, a pattern of play, a point of attack, they're all different things. So when you tell me a team hasn't got a style of play, I go mad because I start saying, well, don't you see that we play out from the back, or you don't see certain things, or we don't see that we don't have players that can't play football anymore, like Smalling, Fellaini, etc. Anyways, cut long story short, I've been saying it for a while now, that Man United, we do have a point of attack. We do have a style of play, but it's poorly executed and it's pretty bad. and a big part of that has been because Martial has been our striker. Like, I don't think it's the right thing to do, but that's what we've been doing. When Martial's playing up front, what we try and force is to try and force the ball to his feet, trying to go through the middle all the time. When Cavani's on the pitch, we don't do that. When Cavani is on the pitch, our pattern of play seems different. We actually do get the ball wide, and we do get the crosses in.
100%.
Right when Cavani's playing, and that there's no coincidence, or it's not a surprise that all of a sudden, yes, Luke Shaw's playing well, but all of a sudden he's got the most chances created. Why? Because Ole actually said in his interview, he's actually told Luke Shaw to get the crosses in, but I also think that's because Cavani has been starting more games. As soon as Martial came on, I said to you guys, watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. As soon as Martial came on, our point of attack changed again, and we tried to force the ball through the middle. We tried it so many, to the point where I was telling you guys, watch. I was like, look, watch. They don't really want to go wide. They don't really want to do it. It's like they only went wide when they had to go wide, kind of thing. And I think that's the issue. You can't try and force the ball through the middle if you're playing against a team that played a low block. It's so hard to do. But unfortunately, when Martial plays, that's what we try and force to do, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I guess the counter to that is, even when Martial plays, and I think Jerry said it when he was watching the football, we should still stay with that style of football where we get the ball wide and we try and deliver crosses in, rather than trying to force the ball through the middle and try to play that intricate football that's so hard to do against a team that played a low block. So I think that's all I've got to say. But I was proud of the boys today. I like the fact that we overloaded. We against 10 men, it's still difficult. Regardless of whether the team is used to play defense or not, it's still difficult. To win 9-0 against 10 men is big boy food. We've done really well. So I hope we can take that into the next few games.
Okay, well, great analogy there.
Fam, I just want to say something. I think everything you said is quite good, but unfortunately, the context is it's against 10 men. Unfortunately. And because I'm someone that grew up on a science background and data background, I know that you can't apply what happened in today's game against 11 men. You can't apply it. So this is just only to be applied against 10 men. So
okay, just to respond to that, I'm not just applying it to today's game though. That's the thing. Everything I've just said.
I know you are. That's the thing. But I think you should only apply to today's game. That's what I'm trying to say. I think you should only apply that analysis to today's game.
But why though? But why? Because it's
not applicable. It's not the same context.
How can you not apply it when you're playing the same style of football? Whether it's 10 men or 20 men or 100 men,
the same context.
You're still playing the same style of football, regardless of how many men is on the pitch. You're still trying to force the ball into the pit, into Martial's feet. What's that got to do with how many people are on the pitch?
So I'm talking about everything good you said about today's about getting the ball wide and all of that type of stuff. Cool. And the patience and the overloading the back post, all of that. Yeah. That
the overloading,
I don't think we can apply it because I don't think we can apply that, the good stuff you talked about, to our team when we play 11 men.
Okay, just to respond to whilst I understand what you're saying, yes, perhaps the overloading part, definitely, because we don't overload. And I said it to Jerry, I don't know why Wan-Bissaka doesn't get into the box when Luke Shaw's about to cross. He should be doing it every single game. However, my point that I think remains, regardless of this game or other games, is how we play when Martial's a striker and when Cavani's a striker. When Cavani's our starting striker, we do try to get the crosses in. We have. And Luke Shaw's a better player.
I'd agree, but I'd say the crosses are not to the level of quality they are today. I think the reason why the crosses were good today because we've got a spare man. So the person who's crossing the ball has no pressure.
But Luke Shaw,
they can take their time and cross the ball. Does that make sense?
Before today's game.
No, I know that, but today, you have to admit, today our wide player, our final delivery was way improved than it normally is. Much better, man.
I don't even know if it was the quality of the crosses, whether we just had more men to aim for in the box. Because the truth is, as I just said,
I think it's a combination of the two, fam. I think it's a combination of the two.
Absolutely, it's definitely a combination of the two. But what I'm saying is, prior to this game, and that's why I say even forget this game, Luke Shaw had still created the most chances in the Premier League.
It's only Luke Shaw though. Like today, we had Greenwood, we had Luke Shaw, we had Rashi, we had Wan-Bissaka, we had Bruno doing good crosses. Everyone was doing good crosses today. Everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not just Luke Shaw. But yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. With Cavani, we should get more crosses in. The quality of the crosses should be better because he has that aerial threat, and Martial hasn't got that. When he has scored some goals in the box from crosses as well, though he has.
Maybe
it's the players. Maybe it's the players mentally. Maybe it's not Martial himself. Maybe it's the players. Martial think, and they think, okay, we can't question the ball. But I see Salah scoring headers. I see Mane scoring headers. I see Firmino scoring headers.
That's
you know,
that is exactly my point, and that's where my frustration comes in, because I don't know why as soon as Martial becomes the number 9, why we completely change the way we're playing.
It's because they know the quality. I think they know the quality of the delivery isn't there. I think that's what they know. I think Wan-Bissaka knows his quality of delivery isn't there. I think Bruno knows. If I give the ball to Wan-Bissaka, the quality is not there. You know, if I give the ball, and it's mad. You know what's mad? Wan-Bissaka is the one player in our team that will cross the ball, whether or not he's playing striker, doesn't care. He just crosses the ball.
Because
when Martial I know he has no other choice. I know exactly, but he still crosses the ball. And Martial scores from them. Martial has scored from them crosses.
Yeah.
You know, he actually has. So it's Bruno. I think it's more Bruno Pogba. Bruno Pogba, like, don't go there. Yeah.
But bro, today, when Martial came on, I said, Jesse, watch. Just watch how we're gonna play. Every single time we got the ball, even when Maguire had the ball, he tried to force it down to Martial's feet. And I was like, this is our style of play when Martial plays. We try to force it into his feet, and then we try that intricacy thing that he does with whoever. And it's so hard to do against a low block. And I agree. I think regardless of who's playing up front, we should still stick with getting the ball wide, because that's how we play. That's how we're supposed to play. That's where the spaces are and the quality we deliver.
You know what I find confusing? You see how we said that Oli ball was this intricate passing thing? Well, is it?
Bro,
or is that Martial? Is that Martial ball or is it Oli ball?
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. I think Ole goes with what he thinks best suits the players on the pitch. Right? And so when and I've been trying to say this for so long, that it's not that he's not Pep that sticks with just one style of play, that if no matter who's on the pitch, he's gonna stick with that style of play. That's not him. Yeah, he's flexible, he changes it according to who's on the pitch. And so when people say it's freestyle football, I see where you're coming from, but it's not. He's just trying to do what's best with the players on the pitch. That's when Cavani's on the pitch, we play different. When Martial's on the pitch, we play different. And when Scott McTominay and Fred are on the pitch, we play different. And actually, when he came, when he came, he looked at the players and said, what kind of football can I play with this team to win? And it was counter-attacking football, and it worked. But the people say freestyle football.
My biggest issue has been is the fact that you say that he picks the best way of attacking with the players on the pitch. Well, he's been playing actually right wing. That's my biggest issue. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. So
I disagree with that.
Like, I understand everything you're saying. So I do understand what he's trying to do, but I feel like some of the decisions he makes are a bit off key. But
I agree.
9-0, bro.
I like that. Positive.
9-0. I've got positives, bro.
Alright, cool. Well,
I've got a list of positives, you know.
I need Justin to mood, fam. That face.
What about for you, though?
And we won 9-0. When have you ever seen us win 9-0?
Yeah, ever seen? He wasn't born last time we won 9-0.
Never.
It's a good result.
You're still stuck in daddy's balls.
This guy.
You watch the next game.
Bro.
The next game, I'm like, of course I'm happy we won 9-0. I'm going to watch the highlights again. Yes, I will. Of course I'm happy. But it's just... Yeah, I'm happy. Just move on to the next game and.
Nah. I'm gassing it. Let's go straight to that.
Gassing it to what extent? What extent?
We won 9-0. We was clinical today. We took our chances. We was clinical.
I got a list of positives, bro.
All right, cool, Rick. I'll come to you later, but let me just gas it even more, because when have United been clinical like this, fam? This game, I know the red card. Unfortunate for the young lad on his debut, I think. But it is what it is. I've seen teams go 10 men and they can't break the team down, and that's something I feared. Me and Rick said, we were talking before, like, let's see if this team can break a low block basically, and they've done it. They smashed it out of the park. 9-0.
Really well.
It's mad. I can't even remember the goals. So let me take it back. The starting lineup comes out. Obviously, a lot of people throwing their toes at the pram. Pogba's not starting and whatnot. But
I didn't mind.
Yeah, bro, I didn't mind either. Jesse was the only one saying,
obviously.
Player of the month is dropped. Why this? Why that? But like I said, let's wait till full time. And obviously, no Pogba. We've won 9-0. Obviously, I love Pogba, but
no Pogba, no problem, fam.
There you go. But yeah, first goal.
No problem. I'm searching.
Well, let me read some of the comments, because they're kind of piled up here. We got Harry says the challenge from Southampton was death for a red card. Yeah, I thought Scott broke his leg. So
That was an assault, fam.
I'm actually happy he.
It's his thigh, bro. It was his thigh. How's he gonna break your thigh, man?
No, because the noise, fam. The noise just sounded mad. We got how he says Wan-Bissaka scored. Rich in the chat. Wow, go on, Rich.
Man,
he says no right back. I scored more goals than Wan-Bissaka.
Winger, I was telling Jerry, fam. Leaving his youth as a winger, fam.
That's mad. Yeah, he says yes, you're right, Jax. He's always flexible with his approach. Spot on, tactically flexible. Rich says it's 9 why we being negative. That's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, everyone suggests your vibe is off, fam. Like, what's going on now?
No, I'm just calm about it. Like, yeah.
Shut up.
We won 9-0. How many points have we off Man City now?
Well, same points.
Listen, Jesse, football. You know, as a football fan, you're supposed to be entertained.
Enjoy the win.
That's football,
happy.
bro.
I did say I'm gonna watch the highlights again because we scored so much goals that the video will be much longer now.
My brother, when the thing started, you look miserable, my bro. You look miserable.
I think the highlight video is gonna be so much longer, fam.
What the hell?
Because usually we build like 2-1s. I might not turn it to 2-1s. These paper bits now could actually like analyze how we scored those goals.
Yeah, the energy. That's what I want. I don't know why you're doing this when the team just won 9-0, fam. Shout out to the football couple in the chat. He says Jesse out. And for that, we got the football couple in the chat. Yes, lads. Hey guys, make sure you subscribe to the football couple. Follow them on Instagram. Great channel. All we got Rich in the chat. He says Jesse looks like he's waiting all that for a wide with a baddie, and the lights came on.
Have you been there, fam?
You know
Bro, been there.
Beef.
that feeling is so dead.
I was stressed. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, bro, listen, I'm gonna enjoy this thing. I said, obviously, we lost to Sheffield last week and we drew against Arsenal, but I said, listen, the boys can bounce back. It's just two results, and it's the second half of the season. There's still games to go, so I'm actually very proud of the boys for bouncing back. The mentality was right, the intensity was right. But yeah, man, let's go through the goals. I'm even trying to remember them. The first goal, Luke Shaw, great cross to the back post. Wan-Bissaka, Rick, that's your guy, man. Talk to me about that goal, man.
Yo, fam, he was really living his youth. He was like, fam, I remember the days. I used to bang goals, fam. Man, I tried the back post. Fam. It was a bit. It wasn't clean. It wasn't clean, bro. It's a goal, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a goal,
fam. Fam, that just shows, yeah. I've always been jealous of Chelsea. Chelsea are a team since like Ivanovic, whatever his name is called, back in the day, fam.
Yeah.
Ivanovic back in the day, yeah, he used to score header back post goal.
Yeah,
it's like,
he was
run, and he's got a lot of goal. I was like, fam, we never do this, bro.
And it's crazy, fam. What? It's like every time if a fullback's crossing the ball from one side, the other fullback should get in the box. Like it's common sense football. I don't know why we don't.
Yeah, it was a good run by
counter attacks, but yeah,
he actually ran inside the box and.
You have to be brave, though, man.
Yeah, it was a good finish as well.
Yeah, we got
good timing, bro. Good timing.
Another comment from Laps Ramps. He says thoughts on the red card tackle. Come on, bro. Straight red, man. Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's talking about the second one. You know, probably asking
the
about
second one. Oh, the second. Okay.
I even forgot there was a second.
Bro, we're talking about that rule. I thought now. Yeah, go on, Rick.
Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for him because from a defender's point of view, obviously you pulled out from the challenge. I don't think it should be a red card. But they pretty much put that rule in to stop like defenders stopping clear scoring opportunities. Does that make sense? So if you go for the ball, they don't give you a red card. But if you don't go for the ball, they give you a red card basically. But the thing is, yeah, like I don't think they saw that if it's applied literally, that people who try to get out of the way will get sent off basically. Yeah, so
that's the harsh
I think it's a bit harsh, man.
I think that's like WWE's today. WWE's
same thing.
That one was peak though.
I think
they should change the tactical fouls, fam. I think they should change the tactical fouls. Like if it's a goal scored opportunity, a tactical foul, it should be a red card.
I don't know why
I think the rule is foolishness. I think it's foolishness, and it's just, and I really struggle to understand how the people who made this rule didn't all sit down in one room and just agree that this is foolish. What I would say is I still believe that, football as an entertainment sport, there's still things that should be kept in. So, for example, I like the idea of refs making decisions because it gives us talking points. It gives us, even when a certain ref is refereeing a game, it's like, oh my God, if it's McDean, this way. If it's even like FIFA, remember that Chinese FIFA from back in ISS?
Yeah, red card every time.
If it's like from behind, you're gonna get a red card straight away. So I still like that whole part of entertainment in football. I think what I would think is let the referee go and watch what's happened on the screen, and as Rick said, make a judgment call as to whether it looked like a
He went to the screen though.
No, but that's because he's following law. So he's following the law that obviously views not attempting the ball is a red card. But I'm thinking my dude can go there, can actually look to see what's happened and make a judgment call himself and say, do you know what? I think that's a red card, or I think that's not a red card, and leave that to the referee. If we don't agree, we don't agree. That's all part of football. That's what makes us talk and enjoy the game.
Fam, FIFA are not having it, bro. FIFA, after last season, they were like, we weren't applying the rules properly in this country, yeah? So they came in and said, yo, letter of the law, we don't care. Because of the whole handball thing was a big problem last season in our league.
As well, though. That was stupid.
That was a dumb.
So FIFA came true and they said to all of them, man, yo, letter of the law from now on. Because you, man, are doing a nonsense. So
you have to wonder how many, who are these people that are actually there making these decisions? Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
it's ex-footballers, them man that take bribes, that FIFA fam. Them man there.
With a Platini them man there.
Platini, that crook fam. Anyway, second goal, Rashford, great play by Shaw and Greenwood. And then obviously cut back Rashford with a great finish.
Very good finish, by the way.
That was my favourite. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was my favourite.
Very good finish.
That one. Greenwood's little run. Yeah. That is top level football. That little run and then the pullback. We need to be doing that all the time. Greenwood, yeah. When I say he's just a well-rounded baller,
he's cold,
like educated wise, athletically, technically, baller.
He was kind of. I know we're gonna go to man of the match later, but low key, I think it was my man of the match.
Low key. He was playing in the half space.
I wouldn't give it to him.
Between the lines. He was playing between the lines, man. He was doing bits.
Who got the official man of the match?
Scott.
Scott, obviously.
Alright. We'll get to his goal later. The third goal, the third goal was the own goal. Obviously, great delivery by Rush again, nice with pace, and then the guy scores an own goal. Quite unfortunate.
He would have scored anyway, probably.
Yeah, I think Fred was at the back post. Yeah, Fred was at the back post. I was thinking Fred, please, but
did you not clock Fred was a bit gassed today? He
was on it. He was on it.
I don't to the box.
Fred and Scott were bare fighting over who should stay back.
I saw that. And it was mainly Fred. It was like Fred wasn't listening, as if he can't speak English. Like, what'd you say?
I heard, was it Bobby Savage? Yeah, Bobby Savage was like, I think Scott can go and play the 8. And Fred was like,
Fred was like,
nah. And the audience was like, left back.
Yeah, bro. Fred probably begged to stay on the pitch. He probably begged.
Yeah.
But, shout out to the football capital. United are now the top goal scorers in the league. That's a great stat to have. Hopefully we can.
Freestyle football, they said. Can't create chances, they said.
It's mad. The fourth goal, Luke Shaw again. Great delivery. Cavani, I think, did he miss a chance just before?
He did.
Yeah, he kind of fluffed his lines. And then obviously the standard header. Great header.
And that header, the typical header, and the power.
Yeah, it was
the power.
Big boy header.
It was the accuracy as well. Very good header. Cavani's got this weakness though that I've recognized. He doesn't like balls coming across him and then swinging his foot. He doesn't like it. He always fluffs it.
He seems to just
He just swings.
Timing.
Yeah, you can't time
it. Sterling does the same thing. Sterling does the same thing. Sterling does that as well. Sterling.
It's hard. It's hard, you know. That's why I don't really like playing.
I don't think it is. Fam.
It depends on you how you are as a footballer, innit? I don't like it. Like if I just don't like being in the box.
It's because they're looking at the goalkeeper. That's why. Then man, be looking at the goalkeeper.
Look at the ball. Make contact with the ball. That's it.
No, I mean, he swings
all the time.
Yeah. It's hard, man. It's hard, man.
Selling
I
for
don't like it.
legs all the time. I was like, what's wrong?
I don't like it, but I'll always prefer to be the deliverer. Always.
Okay, what's that? 4-0 half time. Great first half. We're thinking cool. Next, but I said it in the first half. These men held 9 before. I need to see 9 again. Second half, the substitutes were made. Obviously, Cavani came off and Luke Shaw came off, which was a bit strange for me. But
I think he said. I think he said. We got,
I don't think it's strange. It shows that those 2 players have to start.
okay, wait, Jax, what do you say? What do you say?
Starts now.
Well, first I agree with Ricky because I think Luke Shaw and Cavani they play well together, and that's why Luke Shaw crosses the ball. But I think I don't know if he was talking predominantly about Luke Shaw, but I overheard part of Ollie's interview saying he took some player off because he had a something on his ankle or something like that. So I presume it was Cavani. Oh right, okay.
Cavani.
Okay.
Yeah, we need him fresh for Saturday. We need him, man. What's it? Marshall and Van der Beek come on. Now, what was the fifth goal?
They scored a goal, fam. They scored a goal, remember? They got this allowed.
Bro, that was a bump. I ain't gonna lie. If that's offside, football is finished.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, obviously, I was happy, but I was thinking that's. I need to take it off.
Yeah, you said. I was like, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Right, it's mad.
You just pick a line, fam. A line is too thin, fam.
It's like come on, man.
I mean, it was crazy, yeah. You think about it, yeah. If you actually think about it, yeah. Depending on how zoomed in the camera is, the line is a different width.
Yeah, bro, you can keep going
accurately. Do you know why? Because you can't even time it. You can't even time it perfectly as to when the ball was kicked and when the run was made. It's ridiculous. I think you should always give the striker the benefit of the doubt. That's what makes football fun. Don't take the fun out of the game because of half a centimeter.
It's madness.
Maybe as long as he's got a point of the body that he can score the goal with onside. I mean, that should be onside. Maybe. Does that make sense?
Bro, I just feel like, I know what you're saying, but I just feel like, even if it's slim, man, just come it's football, man. Come on, man. We want to see goals. I mean, I don't want to concede goals, but you have to give the benefit of the doubt there, man. I think.
Okay, what was the next goal? Martial. Which goal? I can't remember the first goal. What was the first goal?
The banger. Roof on the net.
The banger, fam. Was a chip.
Yes. How could I forget? Because as much as I cost Martial before, I always knew.
He wasn't. Don't even try.
I knew just was gonna say something. You ain't cost Martial like that.
I'm not cost Martial. Listen, the evidence up there. But I always knew there's a player in there. I always try to back him. And I said, I was doing player cam today when he came on the pitch. I was just looking at him.
I think everyone knows there is a player in there. It's just about how much he shows it on a consistent basis.
I agree.
Yeah, but he was ready. He was ready to just give up on it. I knew.
You said you were selling for Haaland.
I knew that.
Hey, Jay, you gotta stop doing that.
Because he just chats rubbish, fam. I knew Martial. Listen, the runs he was making, the ball just weren't coming in. The ball just weren't coming in. And the one time it did come in, look at the run, look at the control, look at the finish. And look, you couldn't even celebrate. You couldn't even celebrate because he shut you up. He shut you up.
Ask me this question. Why did you say you swap Haaland for Martial, please?
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to get rid of someone if Haaland's coming in, and he's
Haaland's
the one
better than Martial. What do you mean?
Yeah, if Haaland's coming in, someone needs to leave, and for me, it'll be Martial.
But you don't believe in him, so
yeah,
that means he's not that important to the squad.
Did I say he was that important? When did I say that? When did I say he was that important to the squad?
No, but you're not bigging him up,
because I've seen the criticism that he's getting, and I understand it, but people are just ready to just write him off like he's some dead player.
You're basically writing him off by saying you were swapping for Haaland at the time.
I said if Haaland was to come,
is that not true? Makes sense. Is it not true?
I think what Jesse's saying. I think what Jesse's saying is
you both got points. You both got points.
You both got a point. I think Jesse's saying if you really believe in him, you wouldn't want to swap him for Haaland. And what Jerry's saying is, well, it's because everyone was criticizing. Maybe the criticism was a bit too harsh, and he's still a player. But I think I'm in the middle. Like I think we all know Martial has the ability to do what he done today. He showed it how many times, but it's inconsistent, which is why I agree with Jesse. And I don't think he's going to be our starting centre forward. So
no, he doesn't have to be. But even when he came on, just like, why is he coming on? What do you mean, fam?
Everybody has a right. Everybody has the right to change their mind anyway. So why people see like change your mind is like a massive thing. What do you mean? You can change your
Do
mind when you
know
want to change your mind. It's not a big deal,
Right.
fam.
Yeah,
Right,
it's because
right.
people like to say "I told you so," kind of thing.
No,
Or,
I'm just
you're
saying.
chatting crap.
I'm just saying because that's how Jerry is. Jerry changes his mind a lot. Flipping out.
Yeah, but if new evidence presents
All
itself,
the
I will.
time.
Yeah, this guy, Marshall scored a banger. This guy didn't even celebrate. He sat down like this.
You know what
Fam,
you said?
fam, the
No,
worst people.
Because you said I shouldn't celebrate.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't have.
You know,
That's
a
why
joke,
I
man.
stick to my word.
Listen,
The only
listen.
thing I want to say,
I think the issue. I think the issue here with a lot of United fans is the favoritism they have for certain players and the hatred they have for other players. And I think that's where you two are always arguing because it's obvious that Jesse has a huge favoritism for Pogba and other players, and he has a hatred for Rashford. Not hatred.
I don't understand that.
Not hatred, but he doesn't really like Rashford. Like that. He doesn't rate Rashford like that. Just let's be honest.
Yeah,
now, be
I
honest.
don't rate Rashford.
And Jerry
like that,
has a favoritism for players like
that.
Martial. And he doesn't really like Bruno like
No. Wait. I don't. No. Wait. Yeah, I don't.
Don't be fake on here. You don't be fake on here.
Listen.
That rubbish.
My thing is, I cost Marshall too, fam.
No, you haven't.
I've never cost Marshall.
So why do you
Yes. I think he has.
keep defending him?
Yeah, but I'll cost him, but I'll defend him as well, fam. He's our player.
Jerry, I think
when you cuss him, you don't cuss him like the way you cuss Cavani, fam.
that's where I'll say.
Cavani's here for the short term. He will not be here long. He's just
here.
here.
You can't just judge it on that, though. You can't judge it on that.
What do you mean?
You're gonna cuss a guy that's
because they're different players. Cavani's a flipping experienced world-class striker, fam. You can't be missing that chance like he did against Arsenal. I'm sorry.
No, but I don't think that's fair. I don't think
it's fair.
Martial missed that chance against PSG.
You got to score.
So when he missed that chance, I wasn't vexed that he missed that chance. That's what you're telling me.
Huh? Oh, not the way you was vexed with Cavani. No, he wasn't. Jax knows.
Listen, both of you. Listen, it's the same thing I just said. It's because you have your favoritisms, so that there's a bit of a bias, emotional reaction when certain things go on. No, it's very true. It's because when Cavani misses,
it's Cavani.
No, but it doesn't matter. Martial shouldn't miss those chances either. Regardless.
I get it, but that's always going to be a difference for me. Cavani, I expect you to bury those chances. Martial is always going to be 50-50, Martial. It's always going to be 50. Everyone knows this, but Cavani, I'm sorry.
So if it's 50-50, that means you'll never criticize Martial.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't allow that 50-50.
I've never criticized Martial. What are you talking about? So I praised him 24/7. What are you talking about? I had enough.
No, listen. You have to listen, though. No, you have to listen. No, you don't have to criticize Martial. But what I'm saying is the magnitude of criticism. You can't say just because you're 50-50 with Martial, you won't criticize him as much as you will criticize Cavani, because that's not fair. And what I was saying, I don't think that's fair. Because and the reason why I don't think that's fair is the very fact that you're saying it's 50-50 should be a criticism in the first place.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. So you can't. So then it should equal the same amount.
No, it's different.
So basically, Jack, you know what it is basically, yeah? Jerry rates Martial in terms of rates Cavani in terms of finishing higher than Martial.
That's what I'm saying. Pogba, there's a reason why people cost Pogba, because the expectation is here. But what he's doing is not, you're Paul Pogba. Like Cavani, I'm sorry, like the chances he missed is astonishing.
But the reason why I was saying Ricky, but the truth is the chances that Cavani has missed that Jerry's been angry at, any striker should score. So it's not about ratings.
Yeah.
Any striker should score. What do you mean? Come on. A striker in the championship
it's not even just the chances. It's not even just the chances. It's the performances as well. Like, you were still willing to start Martial when he was playing dead, and you said okay.
I think that's what Jesse was about.
Okay, Cavani might be better off the bench, but it's not always going to be Cavani come save the day. It's going to be a time where he has to start matches and that.
And like I said, when he started, he's done nothing. That's the what you don't see a better argument. That's why.
Jesse, look, it's fine. That is just a matter of opinion. That's fine.
You ever have a what?
What was I gonna say? What's it? When Cavani's off form, he hasn't been completely off form the way Martial. Martial's been throughout the whole season.
Yes, he has. You just don't want to see.
Look, guys. It's a matter of opinion. What Jesse's saying. No. Listen, guys. What Jesse's saying is Martial has had its opportunity. And he's had a lot of opportunity, and he hasn't delivered for a very long time. And so when Cavani comes in, yes, he hasn't done a lot, but he's only played like 2 or 3 games where he started and hasn't done well. So So in that, huh?
He's played 5 games and he's scored 1 goal.
He scored today.
Yeah, but performance-wise, Martial's been
That's
worse, and he's been starting many more
What's
games.
Martial got?
I said this. I said the impact of Martial, Cavani coming on is greater than Martial coming on.
I agree with that last episode.
Nah,
I agree
Yes,
with that last
that's
episode.
all I was saying.
But what I'm saying, and that's why when we have arguments, you have to have a balanced argument, try to understand someone else's point of view. What Jesse is saying is, and what I think is, I actually agree with Jesse, is Martial has had many chances to start games. Many chances. It's the when you look at the amount of chances he's had, and you look at the level of performance, it's been extremely bad. Such that when Cavani starts, yes, Cavani hasn't been great, but he deserves a longer magnitude of time as well to see what he can do, rather than saying, "Oh, I'm just going to start Martial just because when Cavani comes on, he does better." That's why I said that's an opinion. That's an opinion, and that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool. Just want to bring the negative vibes, but I'm not going to allow it. We won 9-0. Obviously, Martial, great goal, great finish. Always believed in him. Great. Look how we took that down. Turn, bang, roof of the net. 6 goal now. Scott McSauce. What a nice low-driven shot.
Saucy shot, fam. Saucy shot.
It wasn't even mayonnaise.
Smooth, fam. I think that was honey barbecue, fam. That was a young Jack Daniels, fam. That was smooth, fam.
Yo. He's got that on Smash, though. He's got that low-driven shot on Smash.
Sam McTominay, yeah. You know what he needs to do? Like, I think he's a very, very good academy product. I think what he needs to do now is just play to a role. He needs to find a role in our team and become good at that role. And I think that role is a sitting role. I think that's the one role that's up for grabs. If he can become good enough as a single pivot, he could actually be a rotation option for the next 10 years for us. Does that make sense? But as a box-to-box midfielder, as a box-to-box midfielder, he's going to have an issue at United because box-to-box midfielders are the most impactful in your midfield type of thing. So I think as a DM, he can have a long career. He's very good. He's good in the air, so he can drop it as a third centre-back at times. Like, he has all of those type of attributes as well. But that's what I think, because I think he's trying to think about his career now.
Yeah, I agree. I think as a player, he is a box-to-box midfielder. I think that's what he is. But he can learn to be a DM, and he probably should learn to be a DM. If I was him, I would establish myself as a DM, and I would improve certain areas of my game, like my passing ability. I think he's got the capability.
I don't even think it's his passing ability, bro. I think it's being the metronome, fam. What he needs to do is do them little short. Like Fred does it at times. Like those little short passes, those 3 short passes. That's why we reset. That's what he needs to add, fam. I don't think he needs to do the killer ball. We got players that can do that.
When I say the passing, maybe that's just my preference. And it's not my preference. I think it's needed for a top team. I need him to be able to get the ball into the attack quickly. So those carrot passes
before he shot and he scored. He did one of them into Bruno, right?
Yeah, I need more of that. That's what I'm saying.
He can learn that. It's not hard. He can do that. I think he can do it. I think he's got it. He's got it in his locker still.
But he's got to make it a thing. Because Carrick
his primary attributes, basically. Does that make sense? Like normally, right now, his primary attribute is work ethic and draws and stuff like that. But he needs to make his on the ball abilities more pronounced. Like that needs to be his main thing. So his distribution, his dictating tempo, that type of stuff. So, but I see a good future for him, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Scott. Obviously, last week his belly was moving mad, but he's back with a bang.
He just needed to shit. That's why he banged the ball.
The next score. What was the next score? The next score, obviously, the penalty. We talked about the rule and whatnot. But Bruno, never in doubt.
Did anyone have any doubts?
I tweeted,
he was angry, bro.
I told Jesse, I said, listen, guess what I haven't seen in a long time? A penalty. I was thinking, wait, what's happening? Why have I not seen a penalty in a long time? And lo and behold, we should have got one, obviously, in the first time. I don't know if you thought that was outside the box or it was on the line or whatever, but Bruno steps up, slots it away. Obviously, he actually assisted Martial for that goal, so that's 1 goal and 1 assist so far. The next goal, Martial again, my guy, two for Jesse.
Yeah, but can I just say something? That was actually a very good cross by Wan-Bissaka. Like the way like it looks like he was like he had a bit of tech as that. It looks like it was a very good cross. So they're telling me you can't do that more often.
Way.
Like,
Rick, what you
remember
saying?
that? No, wait. One more thing. Remember that time when
against
you
against 11 men, against 11 men, there's a man on him there.
That's true.
You get me? Against 11 men, a man closing him down. That's the problem. That's the problem.
But
Like,
Wan-Bissaka needs to do.
there are things that can be done. Like if you watch Liverpool, whenever Trent crosses the ball, there's no one closing him down.
Actually, I disagree.
Yeah.
There's times where he could first time cross the ball. Like today, he actually done a
But
first time.
I'm just saying that the things that can be done in our team setup to give Wan-Bissaka more time in those crossing positions. Does that make sense? Maybe he shouldn't be getting to the byline. Maybe he should just be being a bit deeper, like what Shaw does.
Cross. Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth.
And then cross it from that.
Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth, and that's exactly what Trent does. What happens is when you're on the right, you don't have to be byline to get the ball into the danger area, my G. And I think Wan-Bissaka doesn't know how to do that. How to just dead the ball or just move it a bit forward and then cross it. I don't think he knows how to do that. All he knows is, all right, the ball's a bit forward. I'm running onto it and then I cross it. I don't know if he can actually cross a dead ball. I'm not exactly sure if he can. Luke Shaw can, but I'm not exactly sure about Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Luke Shaw does it sick. He does it sick. But yeah, Wan-Bissaka goal and assist. It's a great performance for him. And obviously,
Man of the match.
Whoa, we'll come to that later.
You know what? You can't really disagree because he didn't have a bad game. Right?
Yeah, it's true. But we'll get to that. And obviously, that makes it 8-0. We're thinking, can we equal the record? Who crossed into the back post? I can't remember who did it. But
Greenwood.
Oh, Greenwood. Great pass. And then Bruno, another assist, nods it down. And James with a nice, cute finish. I ain't gonna lie, that finish was cute.
Know, I honestly thought that was Maguire. I thought that was Maguire. I was like, oh shit, it was James.
Yeah, good finish. Very good finish.
Happy for him. Like everyone that needed to score today, obviously, apart from Greenwood, but again, he had
that's 2 assists for Bruno, no?
Yeah, 2 assists on a goal.
No, that just sums up how clinical he was today. Like how James finished that. Like that was actually tech. That just sums up that. Like today was when we had that 8th goal. It looks like that we're actually going to get this 9. Like it was just meant to be. That's how I see it today.
This is the energy I wanted at the start, and now you're warm now. You're warm. Anyways, 9-0, fam. Now, guys, moving forward, Jesse obviously reminded us that it's 9-0. Yeah, it'll take one game at a time. But for me, I think this is a huge win for us because last week was a painful defeat at home, and then obviously draw with Arsenal, not the best result, but a 9-0. Now the pressure's back on City when they play tomorrow. Man, going forward, I think this is a huge week. We've got Liverpool, Man City on Sunday, and boy, if someone's dropping points there, hopefully we can win our game against Everton. But yeah, Rick, man, what do you tell me going forward? Because I think I know they have a red card, yeah, go on.
I'm really happy about the fact we got to like rest Pogba, Shaw, and Cavani. I think that's a big plus, fam. That's a big plus. Pogba being rested is a big plus now because that means we're gonna when he comes in, he's gonna have a lot of energy. Obviously, Shaw's gonna be able to play again the next game as well. He's not gonna he needs to be rested. That's a big plus as well. And Cavani, hopefully his ankle will have extra time to like heal and that. So I think that's a very big plus. As I said, like I feel like the biggest challenge in this type of season is keeping our players fit, man. That's what I get scared about. We need to keep our players that are performing well for us, and we need them playing because after that, when we start rotating our team and that, it doesn't look too strong, fam. So I'm happy, man. I think very happy.
I think for me, the number one player that needs to remain fit for me is Rashford. I think Rashford is the most important player at Man United right now. Bruno historically, but I think Rashford is actually the most important. But as I keep saying, guys, we take each game as it comes. We lost last week, we won this week, and we drew against Arsenal. Am I too excited? I'm happy about today, entertaining, but I go into next week fresh mentality. The one thing
that's fresh, is that confident or still a bit?
There's confidence, but I'm not overconfident. I'm still, looking at the team thinking Okay, can I say exactly what I think? The one thing that excited me today, the most important thing that excited me today was this. There was a change of this. From the minute we kicked off, there was a change in mentality. There was a change in the pace that we were playing at. We were ruthless. The old United, I think, even when we were 3-4-0 up, I reckon we would have slowed the game down completely and just passed it around, and we would have gone for it. We would have gone for it like the way we did today. And today, I saw straight beef, regardless, straight ruthlessness. If we carried on and play for another 10 minutes, we'd have scored another 2-3 goals, I think. So I want to see that in the next game. And I guess the thing that kind of worries me a bit is today's mentality worked because of the players on the pitch. Fred, Scott, Cavani, Rash, Greenwood. All of them have a specific Bruno. All of them have a specific type of mindset. As soon as you bring in Pogba, Martial, quality players, but the mindset changes and the pace of the game changes, and the pressing changes. Everything changes when you bring these players in, and that's what gives me a bit nervous.
The press today was much improved.
Yeah, because you've got the players that will do it.
This is my problem. Like, I feel like our style of play is too much based on the players who are playing. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like
that's my point.
I feel like the players. No, but I'm saying, like, I feel like we had a press today because those players naturally just press. I think that's an issue with Oli, because
I don't know if that's an issue.
You need to be pushing that. Our identity is that we press.
Everyone has to do it.
I get that.
It shouldn't have to be like, as I said. Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, Bruno will always do what Bruno does. Cool. Now, if you like what Bruno does, you need to tell people, okay, look, this is our leader. For example, this is Henderson. Henderson does this. Everybody, this is the expectation. This is the minimum expectation. You put in what Henderson puts in. You get me? You put in what Bruno puts in, or you don't play. That's what we need.
I agree. I guess where I disagree, I agree, but I disagree at the same time, because I feel like the direction of causality should be different. What I'm saying is, what you should really do as a manager, when you have time to transition and get the team that you want, is you bring in players that fit what you want to execute. Right? You bring in the players that fit what you execute. So it's the players that execute what you want. Some players execute things better than other players, right? I'm sorry, but Man United have always been this team that aggressively chases teams down, or wherever have the right mentality. Whose phone is that? But guess what? Regardless of who you have, I'm sorry, Berbatov still looked lazy under Ferguson. You can't change Berbatov. Berbatov will still be Berbatov. Berbatov wouldn't get into a team. That's why I say the direction of causality is different. You bring in the players to facilitate what you want, rather than just telling your players who can't do what you really want to try and do what you want. It's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I don't see Martial sprinting and closing down. I'm sorry. I'll see him do it once or twice, but he's not going to do it consistently through 90 minutes. It's not Martial. I just don't think so. So I think if Ole really wants to establish this sort of philosophy, then he needs to get the players that fit the philosophy that he wants. I think what you can see as an issue, or you can see as a positive, is the fact that he's too flexible. I think he just goes with what he has. He sees the players that he has, and he tries to play the best kind of football for the players that he has at the time. And that's why we looked so good in the beginning, because we played counter-attacking football, because it's what suited the players that we have.
Great analysis. But yeah, guys, 9-0 is what a great win. We move on to Saturday against Everton. Obviously, guys, the preview will be out on Friday. Make sure you're subscribed, you're smashing that like button and hitting the notification bell so you're ready for that. But yes, we're going to round up here. Wow, what's that? Okay. Sorry, a bit of technical difficulties, but we're going to round it up with the man of the match. It's going to be very hard to pick. So I'm going to let Jesse go first. Your man of the match for today's 9-0 victory.
Who played it? I'll probably say Greenwood, because he played the whole 90 minutes, and I know he didn't score, but he got an assist today, innit? So, and he played well. Yeah, I'll probably say either Greenwood, or I'm leaning towards Luke Shaw, because I think most of like the threat today was like he was basically our brain. Like he was putting the crosses in. him and Rashford linking up. Those two were our main guys today. But over the course of the whole game, I would say Greenwood.
For Rick. Can you hear me?
Good.
Yo, your mic is beefing.
You need to put them headphones back on, rude boy.
Yeah, put them on, fam. Oh, but they're dead.
Oh, battery dead. Battery dead. You come
Okay.
back in. Or tell him to chat message in the chat.
Yeah, so Jack's man of the match.
I wanted to go with Greenwood, but I'm gonna go for someone else because Jesse's gone for Greenwood. I think I am going to give it to Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Goal and assist, and I think he actually played well defensively as well. Yeah.
Josh says man of the match for me.
Yeah,
Shaw.
I was gonna say. I wanted to say Shaw.
I'm saying Luke Shaw. I'm sorry. Today he looks like I'm the guy. I'm on crud today, fam. Bruv, he was, and he only played a half. Imagine he stayed on the pitch. He could have got better assists today. So for me, I'm going Luke Shaw.
It's madness because we actually look to Luke Shaw to create us a goal now.
So we should.
As we should, exactly.
The fullbacks are so important to football, today's football.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you back?
Yeah, is it calm?
Yeah. So cool. What's he? He's the man of the match.
A man of the match. Greenwood, bro.
Who?
Greenwood, fam. Greenwood. Very unselfish performance, fam. I feel like what he done for us today, he just made sure that we had balance wherever it needed. Like he popped up in wherever spaces we needed him, fam. He was in between the lines. He was linking, man. He did a good job, man. Good at 2 assists as well. So I'd go for Greenwood, man. Really, really good, mature performance.
Yeah, can I change, man? Can I change, man?
Go on.
I have to go for Luke Shaw, man. I just remembered the first half was all it was Luke Shaw, and I think we needed
45 minutes. You're gonna give someone a man of the match for 45 minutes.
I gave Luke Shaw man of the match.
That set the tone.
That's the only reason why I gave Greenwood, because of the course of the whole.
I feel Luke Shaw set the tone, man. He set the tone. So yeah, I think I'll give it to Luke Shaw, man.
So we got Bass in the chat. He's saying, what? You just joined in. Listen, it looks like we're coming to the end of the stream, my bro. But you could always watch it back. But yeah, if you can give your man of the match in the chat, or if you could quickly chime in, whatever. But yeah, man, we're still celebrating a great win. I mean, 9-0, you don't win 9-0 every day. Like that boosts up the goal difference as well. Clean sheet.
We needed that,
Yeah, for real, fam. We needed that 9 goals.
We're level with Liverpool on goal difference.
And obviously, it was such a beautiful sight to see Arsenal lose today. You know what? I couldn't even banter them properly because we was playing next, so I thought, let me just wait. But obviously, fam, they got bumped with that whatever rule that is, but it's always fun to see Arsenal lose. Shout out to Az if you're watching. You ain't watching today.
Is that match of the day, fam? Or what's going on, fam? You know I'm gonna watch that. But yeah, man, guys, was joint top. Obviously, City got 2 games in hand. We'll see what they do tomorrow. But as we said, 1 game at a time. We'll be back on Friday for the match preview against Everton. And yeah, man, thank you for watching. Wait, what's Bass saying? He says, Jax, when people banter us for losing, you don't want to have it, so don't mention Arsenal. Oh, mate.
Don't forget this. Is it Bastard? Yeah. I said, when your team is crap like Arsenal, you can't really banter a team that's above you. We are above Arsenal looking down, so I can banter them. That's my point.
There you go. Arsenal, they were on a little of a resurgence, but that's another L for them. But anyway, forget about Arsenal. We're talking about United. Like I said, we'll be back on Friday. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. And yeah, man, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.